Some nights, this is how I wander around Jade City.
Fade has the power to control Soul Jade. This is his passive. When he mounts a wall, his basic attack changes from a melee attack to a ranged attack. He also gains a movement speed boost while walking on walls. By using his skill 1, Fade can dash once, launching enemies in his path. He also gains 2 enhanced basic attacks, each of which deals damage to enemies and restores his health. Fade's skill 2 is also an important one while he's on walls. By using it, he can shift back and forth between nearby walls. Fade's ultimate carries a grievous effect, marking and damaging nearby enemies. Using the ultimate again both damages enemies and restores his health 4 times. If an enemy's health is low, the final strike will instantly defeat them. If Fade is on a wall, he can use this skill to jump off. This is Fade's standard skill combo. He uses skill 2 to jump on a wall, then uses range basic attacks to poke enemies. If the enemy flees, he uses skill 2 to jump to another wall and continue to pelt them with his range basic attacks. Once he's taken out a good chunk of the enemy's health, he uses his ultimate to jump off the wall and mark the enemy. As he's doing this, he weaves in a skill 1, followed by enhanced basic attacks to deal more damage. Finally, he uses the second phase of his ultimate to clean up enemies at low health. This skill combo primarily makes use of range basic attacks from on top of a wall to poke, then skill 2 to jump between walls. It then employs the first phase of the ultimate and skill 1 to dash twice and deal multiple instances of damage to the enemy. It's important to keep in mind that the lower the enemy's health, the more successful the ultimate's second phase will be at cleaning up. Fade should focus on upgrading his skill 1 at the start of a match to increase his jungling speed. At level 2, he can start making use of walls to move faster, enabling him to jungle more efficiently. After he unlocks his ultimate at level 4, his sustain and cleanup abilities become much more stable. He can use his skill 2 to move between walls and quickly assist teammates, allowing them to pick up the pace on their lanes. Given that Fade is rather squishy, it's best for him to help poke during teamfights with range basic attacks from on a wall. Once the enemy has used their core dash skills, he can use his ultimate to mark enemies, then deal the final blow. If he finds himself getting chased, he can use his skill 2 to jump from wall to wall and make his escape. Fade's number 1 goal in the early game is farming. By taking advantage of the speed granted by his skill 2, he can also help teammates pick up the pace as they lane. Fade's range damage output abilities get a huge boost in the mid to late game with equipment bonuses, but he still needs to make use of walls to move around and deal damage alongside his teammates. After poking the enemy to low health, he can sweep in and finish the job.
Living up to people's expectations is such a pain. It's much better to throw all of that aside and be free.